Good day, this is Ray. Today is Saturday, February 22nd, 2025. And for me, another day of learning and growing. Hope that you, your family, friends, and loved ones are doing well and staying safe. So, if you haven't watched my previous videos at the end of each month for the past few years, I've been providing updates on my journey to pay off over $115,000 worth of non-mortgage or consumer debt. And this video takes a little bit longer to edit and to get uploaded, but I decided to just go ahead and knock this out today. It's not the end of the month yet. We still got 6 days left before it is March, but I paid the debts that I have to pay. So if you haven't watched my previous videos, I'd like to start off something called the big picture, and this is sort of my journey from my diagnosis with lupus up until now. So May of 2019, I was diagnosed with lupus. I was in and out of the hospital 6 times in less than 2 years. First time accruing medical debt. I did have a lot of consumer debt at that time, minus the medical debt. The biggest part of my debt has been student loan debt. June 2020 is when I identified that I had over $115,000 worth of consumer debt. We were on lockdown, so I really just aggressively started paying off the debt without a plan. May of 2021, so that following year, I had learned how to budget. As a matter of fact, I learned from Brad Long at ZeroDebtCoach.com. Website is no longer available. I learned from him how to budget, and that was a game changer for me. December of 2021, became a first-time homeowner. And as you all know, for those who are homeowners, the cost associated with it, first time I had to deal with that, but on top of that, I was only maybe at $90,000 of well, I said only, I think I had about $90,000 worth of consumer debt still at the time to pay. So added on that debt. And then January 2024 was when I hit a huge milestone. I paid off half of that original debt. So let's go ahead and take a look at how am I doing this year. At the beginning of the year, I started off at $44,981.55. I paid off $1156.91 in January, and then in February this month I paid off $1061.85, which is a slight decrease from last month, but not too much different. And this might be the pace for the rest of the year because of my plan to pay off my last personal loan. And so since the beginning of the year, I paid off a total of $2,218.76. How does that compare to the last year to date? So this time last year, I had paid off $1,842.33. Again, this year I paid off $2,218.76, so I'm ahead pace-wise by $376.43. Yeah, so slow and steady wins the race, tortoise and hare. It's taking me some time to pay off that amount of debt, and circumstances really dictate how my journey goes. I've been dealing with the health issues for, it'll be coming up on 6 years in May, where I was diagnosed with lupus, and having to go to the rheumatologist once a quarter, see my primary care physician, medications, all those things. Being a homeowner, making less than 6 figures a year, all that's a factor in my debt payoff journey. But one thing I am grateful for is that I am sticking to my budget. But let's go ahead and continue on. My baby emergency fund, which covers for me about 3 months of expenses, is fully funded. I harp on the fact that if you're going to pay off your debt, you have to have an emergency fund because you don't want to go further back into debt. And I'm grateful that over the years, I'm not going backwards in my debt payoff journey. I had 1 month where I paid off like $100-some of consumer debt, but that's the lowest it's been my entire journey. So I'm grateful for that. I want to show you a slide that I've been showing in the past few videos of what my debt looked like in June of 2020 compared to what it is now. So I put this chart up on the screen. I had, some medical debt, credit card debt, which actually had some of my medical debt in that credit card balance. I don't know how much. I didn't really separate out my debts like that during that time. I didn't. I just didn't have it, split up in the different categories like I would now. I had debt on installment. The only debt I had on installment was my cell phone. Expensive cell phone. I still have that cell phone. It's fully paid off. My loans, which was a combination of a personal loan, maybe personal loans, 401k loans, but I just had it all combined into one amount. And as you can see, that was almost $33,000 student loan debt, which is not too much different because of the aggressive interest rates on the student loans that, it's just hard to pay off. That's why, we get all my other debts paid off and then just aggressively pay off that student loan debt. I may consider doing a loan consolidation next year. It just depends. But anyway, as you can see, my debt then was $115,000, $41.89. Okay, let's take a look at a breakdown of what my debt looks like today. It's a lot cleaner. It is a lot easier to read. That's a nice looking chart. And, this is how you can categorize your debts and to see exactly where you are. And then that's where you start paying off debt. So medical debt, 0, credit card debt, 0, other debt on installment, 0, auto loan, 0, 401k loan, 0, and a personal loan. As you can see, $82.50 this morning. Student loan, $34,522.79. And when I wrap up my video, I'll show you where I began and then where I'm at debt-wise. The next thing I want to take, I do have notes. Yeah, of course I gotta have notes. I went to college and whatnot, so gotta be prepared. Let's see here. So at the beginning of the year, I shared with everybody my plan to pay off my last personal loan. If I were to stay at the pace that I had, if I was just paying the minimum on this personal loan, it took me about 2 years to pay it off. I'm going to pay it off this year. So I'm pretty much doubling my minimum payment to be able to do this. And it's taking a little bit of sacrifice. Yeah, I don't have a lot of discretionary income to be able to spend on other things. But I am on track. And so in front of you, I have a screenshot of the spreadsheet that I'm using to stay on track. I began the year off at $9,900 with that debt. Now I am at $82.50. Yes, sorry. I had to look at the screen. I want to make sure that's correct. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'm at $82.50. So in order for me to pay off this loan this year, I have to pay at a minimum pay off $825 of that loan. Last month, I had to come out of pocket $905.42. This month, a little bit lower, $899.33. I imagine this is going to be the pace because it's based off on how much interest has been accruing since my minimum payment, and because my principal's going down, the amount of interest that accrues is less. So I won't, necessarily be paying over $900 a month, pretty close to it. But, it was just a little bit less than a few dollars. But a few dollars, makes all the difference. And that's the important thing. All right, so let me go back and I'm going to wrap up this video by showing you where I began my journey and then where I am today. So my consumer debt as of June 2020 was $115,041.89. I paid off a total of $72,269.10. My consumer debt as of today is $42,772.79, which means I paid off approximately 63% of my overall debt, consumer debt, that I identified back in June of 2020. Now, for some of you, you may be saying, I could have paid that off a lot quicker. I make a lot more money than you, and that's fine. That's great. You do you, and that's awesome. It's taking me a little bit longer because I have, certain issues that I have to contend with. And being a homeowner is a big part of it. Dealing with chronic illness is a big part of it. I just want to encourage you, if you're on a journey that's similar to mine, or if you hadn't even started your journey, to get started. And hopefully, if you're watching me, that you're remaining encouraged that you can do this and that you could change the way you handle finances and talk about finances with your family, friends, and loved ones. But anyway, this video was long enough. I think I got everything. If you made it this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you know when I post my videos. You can find me at youtube.com/@notoutofmybudget. As always, you all take care. Thanks for watching.